This is a great sentence for our class today. It has been closed for about 5 years. Has. The best translation in Spanish is lleva cerrada. La guardería, no? And this is a really good use of Friki number 2, to have, translated as haber, to talk about llevo haciendo blah, blah, blah. Llevo viviendo aquí, blah, blah, blah. When we're talking about how long something has been happening, this is the verb. Cuando algo sigue ocurriendo, you always use this present perfect and not the past simple. Because this past simple is one definite, closed time context. It closed 5 years ago.
But you don't know how is now.
Exactly. It's possible. It's possible that it reopened 2 years ago. It's bringing the past into the present. I have been living in Cáceres for 14 years. I am still living here, and I could continue to still live here. So when we bring something from the past into the present, we're using the present perfect instead of the past simple. The past simple would be I moved to Spain in 2010. If I say I live in Spain now and I moved to Spain in 2010, well, you could guess that I still live here. But if I just say, in a piece of writing, I moved to Spain in 2010, maybe I moved to Spain in 2010 and I left in 2011. But that's just an introduction to this class, okay? I want to revise. Last week was Friki number 1, to be, translated as ser, estar, and sometimes tener. We saw present tense, past tense, future tense, conditional, affirmative, negative, questions. In the first person, yo soy, yo estoy, and sometimes yo tengo. Do you remember?
I am.
Okay. Belén, past tense. I was. Yeah? Yo era, yo estaba, yo estuve. Sometimes yo tuve, yo tenía. Okay, that's the past tense. Future. This is characterized by what I call the tildes, the accents. Seré, estaré, tendré. I will be. Yeah. This is very important. It goes with the stem. We take away to from the infinitive and we have the stem. Okay. Conditional.
I would.
I would be. Good. Would we are going to associate with the ending ría. Yo sería, yo estaría, yo tendría. Okay. The negative and the affirmative we didn't, and the question form. Okay. If we have I am, the negative,
Not.
I am not. If we have I was, negative, not. If we have I will, not be. Okay, the same with would, no? Just to remember that this goes in the middle. Not always goes in the third position of the sentence. And the question form, this little bodily kinesthetic memory gesture, like this. Am I not, blah, 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 not doesn't move, it's still in the third position. Will I not be, will I be? Before I give you the theory for Friki number 2, we're going to practice. I'm going to do it backwards today and see what you know of this very useful auxiliary. Espero que hayáis tenido una buena semana. Now you have to translate that into English. I hope that you, Friki number 2, have, past participle of Friki number 2, had a good week. Yeah. I hope you have had a good week, okay? ¿Qué habéis hecho? Now you are going to the past simple, which is what everyone does because they don't know the perfect tenses very well. Es un apaño, lo hace todo el mundo, ¿ok? Pero técnicamente no deberías traducirlo así. He dicho, ¿qué habéis hecho? No, ¿qué hicisteis?
What have you done?
Good. ¿Qué habéis? Esto es habéis juntos, ¿no? In Spanish you don't. ¿Qué habéis vosotros hecho? Yeah, you don't need the pronoun in Spanish. Okay? Do, to do, hacer. Pasado, did. Participio, done. I translated it with a saying, okay? Just as like my gift to you, okay? What have you been up to? To be up to something is a phrasal verb. Bit by bit, you need to learn these phrasal verbs. To be up to something is estar haciendo algo. In the literal translation of these two in Spanish is ¿qué habéis hecho? ¿Qué habéis estado haciendo? And there is a subtle difference. One is past, it's present perfect, and the other one is present perfect continuous. Both of these are what I call open time frames. In comparison with yours, which was what did you do? This is what I call closed. Because ¿qué hiciste? Is finished. It's true that in Spanish you mix the past simple and the present perfect a lot. If I talk about today and I say he comido una manzana y un yogur y un pollo asado, estoy ofreciendo una lista de cosas que he comido y lo que es la unidad de tiempo que es el día todavía no haya acabado. But if I talk about this morning, I have to say I ate an apple and some toast for breakfast this morning. Porque esta mañana y el desayuno ya está cerrado. No puedo comer más para el desayuno, porque el desayuno ya no existe. Yeah. So that's the main difference between the past simple, which is finished, and the present perfect. And freaky number 2, to have, is the king of the present perfect and other perfect tenses. But the most common one that we use in everyday life is the present perfect. He estado viendo unos series en inglés en Netflix.
I have been watching a series in English on Netflix.
Con subtítulos, por supuesto.
With subtitles, of course.
With subtitles,
Subtitles,
of course.
of course.
Yeah, subtitles, your accent is at the beginning of the word.
Subtitles.
I want the T's and the S's, as well as the accent on the first syllable.
Right.
Pues ha sido una semana intensa en el trabajo. The good news is that basically you just need this one word most of the time. Yeah? If it's the third person, then obviously you need this one, which is what you are going to use now, because you're talking about week, which is a thing. Ha sido una semana intensa en el trabajo. It has been an intense week at work. Okay? He tenido mucho trabajo que hacer. Yeah. I would have said I have had a lot of work to do. Yo no he estado ocupada en absoluto. I have not. I have not been busy at all. Genial. ¿Quién ha estado estudiando? I always use the word great.
Great.
But there are lots of words, you know, like fantastic, amazing, incredible. ¿Quién ha estado estudiando?
Has been
Estudiando, studying.
has been studying.
That's a very good question. Let's look at the theory, okay? To have. Haber. Do you remember that we did the people last week? Yo in English? I. Tú?
You,
Él?
he,
Ella?
she,
Cosa?
it,
Nosotros?
all.
We. Vosotros? Yeah? You. You singular, you plural. Ellos? They. Okay? This is something that you guys have to have, like, so good. Okay, so the difference between have and has is the easy one, no? Present tense. I have, you have, he, she, it has. We often see this S in the third person. We have, you have, they have. Super easy. The past tense, had, para todas las personas, for all the people. Future, will have. Will, with our little tilde. Our stem, have. All the same. Conditional, ria, would have. Because this is the translation of haber, we can write underneath here, have, you have to associate the present tense with the individual endings. Yeah, you have he, has, ha, hemos, habéis, an. Okay? All of those words you have to associate with have and has. Okay? Present tense of haber. Past tense of haber, you don't have to think about this. All you have to think about is vía. Anything that is había, habías, había, habíamos, habíais, habían is had. It's just one, so it's super easy. And this is the same. This is the tildes, no? So it's habré, habrás, habrá, habremos, habréis, habrán. With the tilde, will have. And then these ones are the habrías. Yeah, habría, habrías, habría, habríamos, habríais, habrían, okay? But these little associations are tips and tricks for you guys, okay? What is the past participle of this verb? ¿Sabéis lo que significa el participio pasado? Hemos hablado de la forma que es el infinitivo, ¿yeah? Que en español se reconoce por ER, AR y R. Es una forma gramatical, es el infinitivo. Luego tenemos las formas conjugadas, que son todas estas. Luego tenemos otras formas, por ejemplo, el participio pasado, y en español se reconoce por ido o ado. Entonces, hemos visto to be y su participio pasado, que es sido o estado, es been. En inglés, muchos tienen terminaciones irregulares y es una gran pena para los estudiantes de inglés, ¿ok? Si es regular, pues tenemos la terminación ed, como el pasado simple. Have, en español, aquí el participio pasado es habido. También hemos visto have, tener, que son cosas diferentes. Y su participio pasado es tenido. Y en inglés los dos son had, pero también el had es el pasado simple. Claro, y vemos una duplicación de have y had. Y a veces had y had, porque had y had sería yo había tenido. Yo había tenido una discusión, I had had an argument, y estaba triste. Would have had, yes.
Yo habría tenido.
Yes. Igual que will have had, habré tenido. And that is the whole of Freaky number 2, okay, that you have to learn. We're always going to prioritize the first person, okay, because it's now talking about you. And we always talk about ourselves more than anything else. Yo he hecho todos los ejercicios. I want to teach you how to make sentences like they are made out of building blocks. Okay. And in a very linear way, because in English, our syntaxis, our syntax, our structure, our order is more disciplined. It's more predictable. It's more rigid. It's less flexible. In Spanish, you can take these blocks and move them, and the order, it's not as important. You are more flexible. We are less flexible. For us, it's this basic structure of subject, verb, object, if there's an object. I'm telling you that Friki 2 never works alone, porque siempre tiene que ir acompañado por un participio. ¿Okay? Siempre es he comido, ella ha ido, habíamos terminado, habrán salido, habría llamado. Nunca es habíamos sin otro verbo en forma participio. Y es igual en inglés. Okay? So you have your subject, I, she, we, they. You have your have, has, had, will have, would have. Y luego tienes tu participio. Another thing ticked off. Okay? Week 1, we did Freaky number 1. Yeah? Present, past, future, conditional, affirmative, negative questions. Now, today, we have seen Freaky 2. Have, had, will have, would have. Yeah? Present, past, future, conditional. Okay? But you have to go away and come back next week with this learnt. Yeah? Because then we can build on this. We use this tense a lot in English. I have been a mother for 13 years. I have been working in engineering for 3 years. I have come from the gym. I have come from home. I have just finished blah, blah, blah. Acabo de terminar blah, blah, blah.